Hello everyone. This video is going to show you how to use Draw toolbar in AutoCAD. After watching this video, learner will be able to draw line, polyline, circle, arc, rectangle, polygon, construction line, and he will be able to use few of the features such as polyline and region operation. So let us move to AutoCAD software. When you come to AutoCAD software, the first setting which we have to do is unit. Shortcut is UN enter, or you can type unit. Set decimal. If it is not in decimal, you have to set it in decimal. Precision level. Now at present I'll keep 0. Units of insertion should be millimeter. Click OK. So here you will find the draw toolbar. Along with that, there are options. Show menu bar. So in that, if the menu bar is not available on the screen, you can click on this small arrow. So you can see here there is a hide menu bar, and if it is hidden, then it will show the menu bar. Okay, so you can get the menu bar. So the same draw features are also available in this drop down menu. Okay, so one by one, let us start with all the features of draw toolbar. The first feature is the line. If I want to draw anything on the screen, we can use draw line. Shortcut for line is L enter. So in AutoCAD, it is very easy to use the shortcut because the first letter will automatically selected the command. Suppose if I want to use line, so you can see L enter. Similarly, if you want to use limit, you have to type limit. Just you type L, all the features which are available in L will be available in that. So just you have to type the first letter, you will get that option. So let us select the line. When you select the line, it says specify the first point. So I'll specify the first point. Then you can see on the screen itself, I can give the dimension. If this feature is not available, you can click here on this 3 lines, and you can see that there is an option of dynamic input. This should be in ticked mode, that is on mode. If it is in off mode, you will not find an option on the screen. So you have to make it on. So when it is on, you can see this is an option for dynamic mode. So if the dynamic mode is off, then you will not get on screen input. So always keep this on, and at present we are using ortho on so that we can draw only vertical and horizontal line. So if I switch it off, then you can draw inclined line. So I'll keep it horizontal, and now I want to draw a line of 100 millimeter. So I'll take 200 millimeter line, and if I want to come out from that command, press enter or spacebar or escape. So you can enter spacebar, you can use enter key or escape to come out from that command. Now we have drawn this line, horizontal line. Suppose if I want to draw an inclined line with inclination 45 degree, and length of that line is 100 millimeter. So how to draw that? Select the line option, select the first point. Now here you can see that it is not showing me the first point because the snap mode is in off mode. So you can see this is the snap option, O snap option. So F3 is the shortcut to switch it on. You can see, press F3 on the screen, O snap on. Now you can select that endpoint. Okay. So if it is not available, you can adjust the point. Suppose the end point, midpoint, center point, whichever node you want, you can activate that node and you can use it. So line option, inclined line, select the first point. Now, if I want to draw inclined line at a 45 degree, I'll go to switch off the ortho mode. I'll give an input for length as 100. Then you don't have to click anything, just and click tab button on keyboard. Press tab. When you press tab, what will happen? See the change in the dimension where it moves. Now we can give angle. So let us give angle 45 degree. Now in AutoCAD, angle is always measured in anti-clockwise direction. So this 45 degree angle is at anti-clockwise direction. Now suppose if I want to give angle 135 degree, right? So line, first point, 100 millimeter, tab, angle 135, enter. So you will get line 135 degree incline. So this was the features in line. Again, in the line, if I use first point, then I'll use ortho on. I'll draw a vertical line, horizontal line, again vertical line. But what happened now? The length of the line I have not specified. Now that what you can do, you can use undo command. You can click on this undo command, so that line which we have drawn will that can be undo. Now again I can adjust it. Okay, and then now if I want to end this line, I want to close it. So you can use close command. So automatically it will go and meet with the first point. So that is the feature available in the line. Next command is the polyline. Polyline is a continuous line. If I draw a rectangle using a polyline, see the difference now. The two objects, this is drawn by line command and this is drawn by polyline. So in the polyline, in the line, it is made up of small segments, whereas the polyline is made of a continuous line. Okay, so that is the advantage of a polyline. While selecting, you can select the whole object. Next thing is in the polyline is you can convert this, right? You can add one vertex in between. So select the object and select the first any one point, middle point, and when you move your cursor, you'll find the option stretch and add vertex. So you can add a vertex there and you can pull it outside. This feature is not available in the line. Okay. Same thing. Suppose if I want to convert this as a curve, that also we can do. Select that point. Okay. Select it and convert to arc, and you can give the radius. Okay. So that feature is available in polyline. Now, one more advanced feature of polyline is, suppose if I draw a step using a polyline. Okay, this is drawn with polyline. Now you can convert this into a curve. So right click and there is a polyline option. You can see that there is a curve fit and spline fit. So you can convert that into a curve. So you can see that a polyline can be converted into a curve. So if there are few points, suppose if there are few points and I want to convert them into curve, select that line, right click, polyline and curve fit. So that will get converted into curve. Second thing, I can convert this. Now again I'll draw a step. Okay, convert this. There are two options in that. First one is the curve fit and second is the spline. You can see now the spline is a smooth curve, whereas the curve fitting, it is a sharp. It will get follow the various steps. Okay. Now again I want to bring back to its original position. Now we have converted this into curve. Again if I want to bring back to polyline, decurve it. Okay. Now same line I can use next option, that is spline fit. So see the difference. Okay. So I'll copy it, and in this you can see that we have a vertexes, right? I'll copy this object. Okay. I'll select both the objects and I'll say convert. I want to convert this polyline to curve. So this is using curve. This is spline. So in curve, you have the points on that polyline itself, whereas in this spline there are the vertex available. So this is the difference in polyline and polyline, that is curve, and spline. So these are few more advanced features of polyline that can be useful to improve your creativity. Next option is draw circle. So in that you can use directly circle with radius, circle with diameter, or the shortcut is C enter, right? So when you enter C with the key, directly it will say specify the center, and then you can create a circle with radius of 50. Okay, so directly we can create circle with radius or C enter. Now suppose if I want to give the diameter, so what we can do, you can select the diameter, or you can see select the center point and then click on this diameter, and now I'll say diameter of 50. So this is the radius 50, this is the diameter 50. So we have seen both the options, radius and diameter. Now 2 point. Suppose if I have 2 points with me and I want to draw a circle between connecting these 2 points. So I can use 2 point circle, select first point, select second point. So I can use 2 point. Similarly, if I have 3 points, now let us delete this, and I can connect 3 points. So 3 point, select first, second, third. So you can connect 3 points. For deleting, select the object and you can press delete. While selecting an object, there are two options available. If you click at the top and if you drag down towards right, what will happen? It will be in blue color. So anything which is lying completely inside this blue region will get selected. So only these two objects were lying completely inside. Whereas if I click lower right and if I drag towards left, it is a green color rectangle, and anything which is completely or partially lying inside that object, inside that region, will get selected. So that part gets selected. So that is the selection option, or you can directly select a particular object and you can use delete option from your keyboard to delete it. So 3 point. The next is tangent, tangent, radius. So if I have two lines, okay, and if I use this tangent, tangent, radius, tangent to this line, tangent to this line, and radius of 50. So tangent, tangent, and radius you can use. Now suppose next option is tangent, tangent, tangent. So for this, let us draw three lines. So I'll switch off the ortho, switch off it. Okay, I have drawn a triangle. Now I'll use the command tangent, tangent, tangent. So tangent to line 1, tangent to line 2, and tangent to line 3. So you can use tangent, tangent, tangent. So we have seen all the features of circle. Next is the arc. In arc, there is 3 point, start, center, end. So this arc can be drawn as per your requirement. Okay, so we don't use all these commands. So let us select two or three and see how it works. Suppose if I want to draw arc with 3 points. So 3 point, already 3 points are available, point 1, 2, and 3. So this is 3 point arc method. So next is start, end, and radius. So if I have start point, if I have end point and radius. So start point is there, end point is there, and give the radius. Suppose if I give radius of 50, you'll get an arc there. Start, end, radius. So depending upon application, you can go with the feature. Whatever arc you want to draw, you can use that. Next is the rectangle. Shortcut for rectangle is REC. Okay, so you can see shortcut for rectangle is REC, end. So in that, it will say specify the first point, then specify the, here I have clicked first point and you can click somewhere the second point. So this is the way I can create a rectangle. On screen itself I can click rectangle, then it says select the first point, and then I can give the input. Suppose if I want to give input, second point will be 100 and then press tab 100. So you will get a square 100 of 100. Okay. So that we can create with dimensions. Okay. So this is the feature available in rectangle. Now let us see some advanced features available in that. First is the chamfer. Now this is the square created 100 by 100 and with having sharp corners. Now that we can remove the sharp corners by providing some chamfer. So first chamfer distance I will enter 5, second chamfer distance 5, first point and second point. Randomly I am selecting. So you can see the corners are not sharp. It has been chamfered. Again go for rectangle. Second option is fillet. Okay. These are some features which we can use regularly. First point. Again I'll show you rectangle, fillet. Then you have to give the input. How much is the fillet radius? So I'll say now 10 mm. Select the point. Now you can see you will get a smooth edges. Corners has been removed and the radius has been provided. So these are the features available in the thick chamfer and fillet. There are few more features, that is thickness and width. You can vary the thickness of that line and width of that line that you can use. Suppose if I say width, then how much is the width of that rectangle? I'll say 5 and the first point and second point. So you can draw a thick rectangle. So that is the feature available in rectangle. Next object draw command is polygon. So for drawing polygon, I'll draw two circles, circle C with radius of 30 and second radius of again 30. Two circles of radius 30 30 each. So in polygon, right, number of sides if you want, how many sides? So suppose if I want to draw hexagon, 6 sides. Okay. Now they'll say that select the center of polygon. Now to select the center of polygon, you have to just move your cursor near to the circle, right? It will directly highlight the center. If it is not highlighting the center, means you have to click on the small arrow and check whether my center option is activated or not. Okay, if it is not activated, then you will not get the center. Okay, so suppose if I go with polygon, see here, now the center is not getting highlighted. So click on this option and use the command polygon, number of sides 6, specify the center, then it will say inscribed or circumscribed. So I'll say inscribed, then specify the radius of the circle, I'll say 30. So the polygon will be inscribed in a circle. Next is, let us try the second option, 6 sides, center of the polygon and circumscribed, radius of the circle as 30. So the object you can see is outside the circle. So inscribed and circumscribed. So these are the two features. So you can draw n number of sides. I have shown you for 6. You can try for 5 sides, 3 sides. Triangle also you can create. You can create octagon, right? Depending upon the requirement, you can change that. Then next is the ellipse. In this ellipse option, first is the center, axis end and elliptical arc. So center, so read the command line. Always you have to read this command line. Specify the center of ellipse. How you are going to specify the center of ellipse? Click somewhere, right? Then it says select the end point of the axis, give, and then give the minor axis. Okay. So you can draw the ellipse using that. Second is axis and end. Select the first horizontal and then major axis and minor axis. Using those two options you can select. The next option available in the draw is the hatch. This option we are going to learn when we are going to start the sectional orthography. Okay. Now let us see few of the advanced features such as spline fit, spline CV, spline fit, right? First point, second point, right? So you can click, and if you want to come out from that, press enter, so that spline will get fit. Now I'll use second option, spline with CV point. Press enter. Now see the difference. These two splines has been drawn with these two options, right? The first is the spline fit and second is the spline CV. In spline fit, the points, the pick points are on that spline itself, okay? Whereas in this spline CV, you will get this vertex. So this is the difference where if you want the corner point, that you can use the spline CV and spline fit. Next is the construction line. Suppose if I want to draw orthographic projection and I want to draw construction line. So whenever you use X line, XL, shortcut is XL. If I press XL, you get a construction line. Now it asks whether you want to draw horizontal, vertical, angle. So let us draw horizontal construction line, right? You can draw n number of construction lines and these construction lines are infinite long in both the directions. Okay. Next option. Same construction line, vertical you can draw, right? You can place vertical lines with dimensions also you can place. Then again in construction line there is a next angle. Suppose if I want to draw with some angle, construction line at 45-degree incline. You have to give input 45-degree and you can draw construction line at 45-degree incline. Next feature in the construction line is the offset. Okay, you can give offset distance of 10 millimeter. You can draw offset lines at 10 millimeter. Okay. Again, in the construction line, there is a feature of bisect, right? Now, suppose if I want to bisect these 2 points. So first select the first point, start point, right, and the end point. So you can see I have bisected this. So 90-degree, 45, 45. So you can bisect using construction line itself. So this was the few of the options available in the construction line. The next line is the ray option. Okay, so the difference in the construction line and the ray is in one direction. It is a construction line, but it has infinite length in only one direction, whereas the construction line has infinite length in both the directions. So that is the difference in the ray. Then the next option available is multiple point. Multiple points, suppose if I zoom, you can see I can select points on a screen, right? These are the points I can select. Suppose if I want multiple points, and with the help of polyline you can connect those points. Okay, so this is the option in points. You can try that. Okay, multiple points. Next is the divide, measure, right? Divide and measure. So for that, let us draw a line, I'll enter, horizontal line with ortho on of 1000 millimeter. Okay, now the length is of 1000 millimeter. Now in that, to show the divide and measure, let us draw one circle, small circle of 100 millimeter. Okay, it's too large. See, enter, of 25 millimeter. Right, now I have this circle, so I'll convert this into block. So select the circle, create a block option is there, pick a point, I'll select the center point and then select the object, select this point, press enter, and name of the block I'll give circle. You have to give the name of that block, press OK, redefine it. Okay, so I have given a block naming. Now I'll use this divide option. Divide, so it will divide a line into number of divisions. Select this point. How many segments you want? I want to divide this into 5 segments. So it will divide into 5 segments. One. So you can see it will divide that line into small segments. So it will not be visible. So I'll show you with the help of this block. So again I'll use divide. Now select the line. After that, you have to, instead of entering the number of block segments, I'll click on this block option. So it will say select the, enter the name of the block. So which block we have created? Circle. Press enter. Do you want to align the block? Yes, I want to align. Number of segments. So I want to place at 10 locations. So you can see I'll place it exactly at 10 locations. Okay, so this is the use of divide. Next is the measure. I'll again use same 1000 mm line. Okay, same block I'll use, and I'll use the next option, that is measure. So measure, select the line, then you select the block, name of the block as circle, enter. Do you want to align? Yes. Then select the line length, how much length you want. So I'll select, I want a 50. So you can see the circle has been aligned at a distance of 50 mm. So this you can use, this is by number of divisions and this is by exactly length. So this is the feature available in divide and measure. Now next feature which is available is the region. So for that region, I'll create a rectangle first. Okay. Now for rectangle, I have selected the width. So I'll say width as 0, and I'll, even the chamfer is there. So I have to remove that. Fillet 0, rectangle, fillet radius 0. Okay. So I have done that. I'll use a circle option as circle and radius, center and radius. Similarly, C enter, center and radius. Now this region option, okay, how to use this region option? Now we know that this is just a 2D object, right? And if I want to convert this into a plain lamina, you can convert this using region. Select that option, select all the objects and press enter. Now three regions created, three objects were there, so three different regions are being created. So these features we can use for subtracting, adding the area. Now earlier what was, it was just a border, now it has a plain lamina, it has some thickness. Okay, so now I can use the union option. So before showing the union option, I'll select this, I'll make a copy of this object so that I can show other features also. So let us make a union option, union, press enter. Now it says select the object, rectangle, circle 1, circle 2, right? Three objects selected, press enter. So you can see the whole object get united. So this is the operation, region operation, union, subtract, these operations you can perform using this region. This can be only applicable if the object is converted into a region, then only you can perform this operation. Now let us perform the subtract operation, right? So you can perform subtract operation, select the first object, enter. I want to subtract this, enter, right? So you can see we have removed the object. So this is subtract operation. The next operation you can use, that is intersect, intersection. Select the first, intersect, command is intersect, select first object, second object, press enter. So only the intersection part will get retained, all other part will get removed. So these are the three operations which we can perform: union, subtract and intersect. So for that you have to type union, intersect and subtract. If you have any difficulty, reduce the speed of the video and you can watch it again. Okay, then next, after converting into a region, the next option which we can use is to see the property, mass property of the region. This can be only performed when it is a region. So type mass. So option is mass property. Click, select the object. Once you select the object, press enter. So this is the of area of that region selected, perimeter of the region, bounding block, centroid, moment of inertia, product of moment of inertia, radius of gyration, principal moment of inertia. So if you want to export this file, you can export it, or you want to observe it, you can click no. I want to just see what is the option. Again, I'll show you. This is very important feature. Now suppose if I draw a circle and if I use mass prop option for that, right? It says no solid or region selected because we have not converted this circle into region. We have to first convert that circle into region, then only this option will be applicable. Please take care of that. So I'll say region, select the option, press enter. Now we can apply mass prop operation. Mass property operation, select it, press enter, and now you can see area of that circle, perimeter, bounding box. So this is very helpful if there is some complex object and you want to avoid the calculation, right? So just you prepare a 2D object, convert that into a region, and you can get all the details of that. Okay, so while doing some project, if you are want to avoid the calculation, you can go for it. Okay, now next draw option is wipe out. Yes. So for that, let us take this region now. Okay, I'll use the wipeout option. Okay, wipeout specified point. Now we are going to use a polyline for that. First point, I'll switch off the snap because it will interrupt me. So region, select the region. Okay, whatever region you want, press enter. So in between, all other lines will get erased out. So if you want to erase a region with some line, then you can go for it. That is wipeout option. Or suppose if you have a circle with you, okay, and I want to erase the lines which are falling inside the circle. So again, you can go with wipeout option. In that, select the frame option, frame, right, and then select the frame on, select the frame. One second. Wipeout, frame, enter the mode, display, but not plot. Okay, on, off, display. So let us keep off, select this option, go for wipeout and frame. Okay, so this option is not applicable for the circle, but it is going to apply for this region itself.